Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Culture Nerd or Much Talk About Nothing, wherever you're watching. My name is Grant Skillen, and today Grant and I are interviewing Taylor Cahill, who's a model and actress from Atlanta who was the body double on set for Wonder Woman in Shazam Fury of the Gods. It's a great interview, and I hope that you'll enjoy it.
So Taylor, you recently starred, or you were recently you portrayed Wonder Woman in Shazam: Fury of the Gods. How did that come about, and what was that like?
So I am a model in Atlanta. I've been there for 3 years modeling. And honestly, I got a call one day. I'm not like the biggest, I would say, um, superhero kind of person until like this opportunity. So I got a call from my agent saying Shazam's calling you. And I was like, Shazam, like like the cleaning. Shazam. I was like, oh, that's different. That'd be kind of, I don't know, is it a commercial or what? He's like, no, like the DC comic movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I've seen that. So I was super excited. And they were like, basically, come to Atlanta, try on the outfit, and you basically have the job if you can fit into it. And so, like, there were multiple girls from my agency that went, but I was the only one that was able to fit in the outfit like perfectly. Me and Gal have like the same measurements. Like, we both have extremely long legs, so I'm sure no one else could fit into it, but it was kind of like a Cinderella shoe situation, so I just honestly lucked out, and then it opened some other doors for me. I was in The Resident and then also, Dynasty, so and I've just been getting contacted since, so hopefully I will find my next venture.
So, since have you been acting, or was it more of the modeling role again, or how does that work?
It started with the modeling and then, it's gone into acting, and I'm getting, like, more opportunities. I've been taking more, like, acting courses and talking to people in the industry and, like, really honestly have, like, dove really far into that route, which I really enjoy because, like, it's very similar but very different for modeling, so but I'm actually about to move to New York, so I am excited to see what opportunities are there acting-wise as well as modeling, so we're just gonna see what door is open wider, so
That is awesome.
yeah.
So had you acted at all before?
No, nothing. Literally nothing, which was crazy because like, I had lines and everything, so, like, I was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what this" like, the first day, they said something about, like, "Oh, like, base camp," and I'm like, "What does that mean?" And and it's, like, all these little terms that I didn't understand. It was really cool to be kinda thrown into the deep end and, like, learn it that way, and everyone was super friendly and nice, and even, like, um the director, Sandberg, he was, like, genuinely, like, such a nice guy, and he really knew what he was doing. Everyone Zachary Levi was incredible. He was just so I mean, how you see him act in the movies, like, super, like, nice personality and friendly, that's exactly how he is in person, and that was it was really comforting knowing that, like I mean, yeah, they're big actors and these big names and everything, and oh, Rachel Ziegler, she was awesome, but, yeah, just, like, knowing that they're people too and seeing, like, how long of days they work, like, from morning to night and, I mean, working through the night sometimes, just it's insane, and you grow a lot of respect because it's not just, like, oh, all the fame and fortune they think is behind it. It's, like, honestly really difficult work, and they should be commended on every step of the way for it.
I've never heard anything bad about Zachary Levi. He's just one
Oh
of
my
those.
gosh. He's fantastic. He's so nice. And Rachel Ziegler, who she's gonna be the new Snow White, which is cool because Gal Gadot's gonna be in that too. But yeah, she's one of the nicest people I've ever met. And then Jovan Armando, he's I still keep in contact with him. He's a great guy. So
That is really awesome. I couldn't imagine being on set and like first acting gig and you're just thrown in with all these.
oh yeah. They're like,
What was it like on set? Because I, like you said, I imagine it's really crazy, like going from modeling into acting, knowing very little about it, I assume, based on what you said. So what was it like? How, like, foreign did it feel?
it felt so weird. Just like the fact, like well, first it's like they set you up with your own trailer and all that, and I'm like, well, that's like not something I'm used to. So like even little things like that to them, which is normal, it wasn't for me. And like people coming up to me asking me like, "Oh, do you need this? Do you need that?" And like, I'm like, I feel like I'm not that important. I'm okay, you know? And and like people that are in it are obviously like, okay, yeah, you get me a snack or whatever, because you realize that they do this for months, days in, days out. That's why there's people that are doing that. But like, I didn't even realize there's like someone there. There's literally what really like blew my mind. Everyone there has a very like specific job. Like I didn't even realize it was a thing that like someone stood there at your feet taping the floor with like 20 different colors of tape, and they mark where you are so you're like in the right spot for the cameras. Like I was like, wow, there's a guy for literally tape. Like that is it's pretty cool like how much detail goes into it.
That is, I would never have thought of that. So how long were you on set? Were
I was
you-
on I mean total I mean on-set filming and then total, I mean, I filmed during COVID, so, I mean, I was, like, back and forth, and I had to do so many COVID tests and doing COVID tests on-site, everything like that, so it took longer than I filmed 2 scenes, which took I was, I think, in Atlanta for, like, a week or so for 1 scene. I think probably, like, a total, like, 2 to 3 weeks, I wanna say, for both of them just with, like, all the testing, but then I would have to go back, like, for fittings and everything like that, and I don't live in the Atlanta area, I live right outside, so it was traveling and many days spent.
Yeah.
Doing it with that Atlanta traffic.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it, and I'm moving to New York, so I can't even imagine. It only gets worse.
Just go ahead and sell the car and take it down.
Oh, yeah, I'm already planning to get rid of my truck, so
So since Shazam, there's a lot of stuff I want to ask about specifically with Shazam. But since Shazam, where have you, like you said, you did Dynasty? Have you done anything else? Any other projects you're working on currently?
I did Dynasty and The Resident, and I was doing that like I would say like during the production of Shazam, but I am kind of waiting for New York because my agency's headquarters is in New York, so it's like I don't want to get anything too involved here and then have to leave. Or and I was going to get another agency closer to around here, but it's if I'm going to New York, I mean, their opportunities are endless. But I've been getting like, I mean, as of now, the only work I would say I've been doing for like my brand wise is I'm promoting a big music festival this weekend. It's called Hidden City Music Festival. We would be with Steve Aoki and Nightmare, so that'll be a lot of fun because I'm big into the festival scene. But yeah, and just like promos, like just little things like that. But once I get to New York, I'm gonna be hammering away with new jobs. So I'm super psyched because it's really I've had a lot of people reach out. It's just a matter of just needs to be the right timing because I'm trying to pack up my house and trying to figure out what I need to get. It's just it's a lot. It's a big difference from in South Carolina right now, so it's big difference.
Yeah, that's a little bit a ways from, I guess.
Well, yeah, I grew up on a horse farm, like, and then I'm going to right downtown Manhattan. So
Sounds like they need to like follow you along with a Hallmark crew. Just
I know, right? Like Taylor takes New York.
yes. So I guess back to Shazam, when you were brought on, so Shazam 1, there was a headless Superman cameo. When you were brought on, were you brought on to be kind of the physical Wonder Woman that Gal Gadot brought in later, or how did what was your original role, and did that change at all as it went along?
Honestly, all I was told is I am Gal Gadot's body double, and that they just gave me the title Fake Wonder Woman, and that's how I've just been Fake Wonder Woman. So like that first scene in Shazam with me in it, it's like the wizard's face is on my body. That was actually super interesting because like that scene I didn't have to do any lines for. So it was interesting because like I never acted, but like I mean I've modeled and had to like move, and like when the scene where he's I want to say it's like electrocuted, it's it was kind of funny because I was having to like shake and like pretend I'm getting electrocuted while the wizard is like screaming next to me with the Wonder Woman like band on. I don't know, it's just super funny because it was like you don't realize how much it all comes together. And I was just honestly just like shocked. Like I was like, that looks incredible.
I would imagine it's quite jarring.
Yeah.
So, what was like? What was the physicality of the role? Were you having to like do all the super heroic stuff, or was that somebody else?
I mean, it was everything you saw of Wonder Woman was like there was no like when people ask like, oh, they're like, oh, you were the stunt double, and it's like no body double, which is like, I mean, there's a difference. Body double is like someone, it's like um just like when the person isn't there, you know what I mean? So it's different than a stunt double. So people thought maybe I did the stunts, which is actually because people have been asking me that. That's something I've been interested in, is like looking into getting in stunts. So that'd be pretty cool, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hear stunts are a lot of fun. Would you be interested in returning like into the DC universe, acting, or even going across the street to Marvel?
Of course, I would. I would definitely. I mean, I would love to for them to take me, so that'd be incredible, but so fingers crossed for that.
Yeah. Any particular characters you would like to play, or
Um, just any like I just love that Wonder Woman was like such like girl boss moment. Like that's every like girl's dream, and like you say like, oh, like you want to be like Wonder Woman, or it's just so iconic. I was just like so grateful and blessed I was like even part of that. So I mean something of that nature. I mean, wish I could be the next Wonder Woman, but we'll see. But no, it's definitely I'm more than content with the experience, but I definitely do want to pursue it, and it's given me a great foot into the door, so I'm really excited to see what's next.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they are rebooting the DC stuff, so who
Yeah,
knows?
so who knows?
Yeah. Well, I don't have a whole lot more questions. Grant, you look like you're thinking something up.
Yeah, so before you got into acting and with the Shazam movie, you were in modeling. You still are. So how did you get involved in that, and how like hard is it to get involved in modeling?
So I and this is so I was told I should model and model, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound fun because I hate taking pictures because my grandma took way too many pictures of me growing up." But so I I was like, "Oh, whatever, whatever." And so, like I said, I'm a big music festival person. I was at Hangout Fest in the Gulf Shores of Alabama, and I had Ashton Kutcher's first agent reach out to me, and which she put him on the map. And she came up to me and like gave me her business card, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." Like, because you hear all these like bad stories of like at like big gatherings and stuff. I was like, is she like trying to like I don't know what her intentions are here. So I was kind of like, and then I looked into it and I actually had conversations with them, and they were great agency. It's just they they weren't doing what I was looking for. So then I got an agency in Richmond, Virginia. That was just honestly they're well known, they're great, but it was too far out of the way. Even Atlanta's far for me, so Richmond was even farther. So I'd have to take like a lot out of my time to even go up there. But then I got contacted by some agencies in Atlanta, and then I chose Click, which is the one I'm with now. I love them. I love Jenny. I love Rich. They reached out to me and I met them, and I just knew that like I mean, you hear all these horror stories of the modeling industry, the acting industry. Sorry about my dog. But yeah, you just hear all these horror stories, and I was like almost skeptical, but like something about them just like really felt like okay, like because like Jenny, my agent, she was a model. She's seen it all. She's seen people go like do the wrong things, and I was really grateful to fall into like the route that was like good, because I feel like it's really easy to get sidetracked and like get caught up in things that shouldn't be happening. But no, they've opened great opportunities for me, especially with this. I mean, it was fantastic. So yeah, I'm just I've had some offers modeling lately, but I've just been too busy around here. So once I get to New York, I'm gonna be grinding. So
So Grant, I don't know if you have anything, but I am curious, since you started modeling, is that been your main gig, your main source of income, or have you been doing work on the side?
So I just graduated from the University of South Carolina, go Gamecocks, and so I just graduated from there, and I'm actually also an engineering recruiter for commercial construction at EWI, which is a major recruitment firm. My office is out of New York. I've been working like remote since I graduated. I graduated early in December. But yeah, and I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna go up there, work there during the week and model and act on the side on the weekends and see what tours are available. So
Yeah, those two things sound they go hand in hand.
oh yeah, people people say like it's like, oh, it's like engineering recruiting versus like why don't you just do modeling and acting? But like it's honestly like the conversation, especially with recruiting, like you're talking to people all day, and that's just one thing I enjoy. I was just on the call before you guys, like with this older man who I'm like specking out to some clients. I was like on the phone with him for like 50 minutes. Like, I mean, and he was just this great old man, like looking for his like last job before retirement, and just hearing his story. I don't know. I like networking, and it's just always been kind of my thing. So, I mean, that's what's great about like acting and modeling is like once you know the right people and you present yourself in the right way, good things come. And I feel like that's really paid off for me. Because I mean, at the beginning, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but the more people, and even connecting with you guys is awesome. So I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. That's the reason we got into podcasting. We like talking to people.
Exactly. I had my own little podcast. I don't have it anymore. I only did like one episode and then got caught up. So I want to get back into it, but I think I want to do something like I was just doing kind of like, like Caller Daddy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But I got out of that with I was doing it with a big like sports podcast that's in Columbia, South Carolina, where Gamecocks are. But yeah, I love crime podcasts. So I'm thinking about that.
Well, if you decide to get into it, let us know. I might have some connections that can help you out.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks. And also, I don't know if you guys do. I think I saw you guys do like some college sports.
We've done a little bit.
Okay.
We're in Alabama. You can't really avoid it.
Yeah, so go after this, look up the Spurs Up show. I worked with Chris. Chris is one of my like good friends too, and his podcast is pretty big around here. So he started the whole Beamer ball and Shane Beamer hype, if you know. But so yeah, no, definitely check him out, and I bet he would love to have you guys.
Yeah, it'd be fun to talk with him. Well, you've plugged other people's stuff. What about you? Where can people find you?
People find me. What do you mean, like
Instagram, that sort of thing.
Yeah, find me on Instagram. Taylor Cahill official is my Instagram and my TikTok. Not a big other. I mean, I'm not going to Snapchat random people, but it is public, so it's on my link tree. But yeah,
Not on Twitter, just tweeting constantly.
no, I'm not. I think I have like 200 followers on Twitter. I think the only things I don't even know what I have on my Twitter, to be honest. I think it's only Gamecock football.
That checks out. Yeah, I enter giveaways. That's all I do. I got like 5 followers. It's just cool.
It's too funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Grant, do you have any more questions before we let her go?
The one other question I had is sort of a hypothetical one. Like, if you could only pick at this point either acting or modeling, which one would you pick?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. Oh my God. I would say depends. I mean, I really do enjoy both, so that's not coming at either of them. But as of now, where my head's at with everything with Wonder Woman, I would say acting just because I feel like the market's super hot for it. And like I've worked in the Atlanta market now, and the Atlanta market is, well, I mean, Atlanta has the most productions in the entire world now. First, it's bigger than LA. So, I mean, just having my foot in the door there. Because I mean, modeling's big in Atlanta, but it's not like the New York market. So I guess I'll see when I go to New York. But I mean, as of now, acting is kind of my main focus, but still, still love both. So
Yeah, you couldn't pick a bigger project to make a splash in than playing Wonder Woman.
I know, right? I was just as shocked as everyone else. I was like, wild, but loved every second.
I I am so glad. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This is normally where I'd ask you to plug things, but I did that already. So, um, yeah, thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to end the recording.
Thanks, guys.